It started as a joke. Two drivers, one podcast. A simple question about who would win in a fight. Names got thrown out, punches got imagined, somebody's own teammate got roasted on air. And it was funny, right up until it was not. Because one of those matchups is not made up. One of them is happening right now, every single week, in front of all of us. And when they got asked whether that one is real or just for the cameras, neither driver hesitated for even a second. Denny Hamlin was out this week, so Actions Detrimental needed guest hosts. Connor Zilisch and Todd Gilliland took the chairs. Two young drivers, no filter between them, and the talk turned to fighting fast. To understand why, you have to start at Indianapolis. The racing there was mostly clean. Noah Gragson had his problem with Zilisch, and that got its own headlines. But the moment everyone actually talked about was Carson Hocevar. He came down pit road, looked over, and threw up a middle finger heard all around the brickyard. That one hand did a lot of damage. It took a quiet feud and made it loud. So Zilisch and Gilliland went back further. They went back to Chicagoland. Two fights almost broke out that weekend. Zane Smith and Hocevar, and Austin Hill and Shane Van Gisbergen. Both pairs got called to the NASCAR hauler. Neither pair got a penalty, but both pairs walked out mad. Nothing really got fixed that day. The anger just moved down the schedule and waited for a new track. So here is the question they got asked. Start with the first one. Zane Smith against Carson Hocevar. Gilliland had to pick a side, and Zane Smith is his own teammate. Dude, oh man, I don't even know if I should say this, but probably not Zane, Gilliland said. I don't know. Both of them would reach, bro. Then he made it worse. That would actually be a funny fight. I bet Zane and Hocevar, it would just be like gummy arms. Gummy arms. That is how he described his own teammate throwing punches. Zilisch went the other way. He kept it short. I think Zane would win. So that one ends in a split. One vote each, no winner, which might be perfect for a fight nobody thinks either man would win well. Now, the second one. Shane Van Gisbergen against Austin Hill. And this is where both of them agreed. That fight would be ugly. Dude, that would be more aggressive, man, Gilliland said. There'd be some landed punches. SVG and Austin Hill would be haymakers. Zilisch wanted a ticket right then. I would pay $1,000 if you told me where we could go watch that right after this, Zilisch said. Then he dropped a small piece of news that flips the whole matchup. SVG told me he's never fought though. Never. Not one time. The road course king who drives like a wild man has never thrown a punch. Zilisch summed him up in 5 words. He's a lover, not a fighter. So think about that matchup. Austin Hill races hard and races angry, and he would be standing across from a man with 0 fights on his record. That one might end quick. But then Gilliland brought up a third fight, and nobody asked him to. Corey Heim against Carson Hocevar. He did not need a reason. Everybody watching already knew the reason. The middle finger at Indy, the history behind it, the whole year leading up to it. I kind of like this Hocevar-Heim rivalry going on, Gilliland said. It's fun. Then he said the part that matters. Everyone seems like they're getting united against Hocevar. Like it's kind of crazy, but we'll see. United against Hocevar. That is a driver saying the garage has already picked a side. And it is not Hocevar's side. Then Gilliland pointed across the desk at Zilisch and added 4 more words about Heim. That's a Connor's guy. A small line. But it tells you the groups in this garage are already drawn up. So the real question came next. Is the Heim and Hocevar thing actually real? Or is it just a show made for social media? Neither driver paused. Not for a second. I think it's pretty real, man, Gilliland said. I don't think Heim likes him. I don't think Hocevar would beeline the pit road wall and flip him off at Indy if he didn't actually dislike him, Zilisch said. That is a fair point. Hocevar did not just happen to be near that wall, he aimed for it. I definitely think Hocevar is doing a good job of being on social media and saying the right things to get people to laugh. But then Zilisch closed the door. But I think at the end of the day, I think those two do not like each other, without a doubt. I don't think many people like racing Hocevar on the track, but I would say that's probably one of the people Hocevar doesn't like racing. Sit with that one. Most of the field does not enjoy racing Hocevar, but Hocevar does not enjoy racing Heim either. The bad feeling runs both directions. Now here is the other half of this story. Because while Connor Zilisch sat there joking about fight cards, his own season is anything but funny. He sits 34th in the standings. Among full-time drivers, he is only ahead of Cody Ware. Through 22 starts, he has one top 10 finish and 8 races he did not finish. And most of that is bad luck, not slow driving. He completed 52 laps of 373 at Charlotte, 71 of 300 at Nashville, 8 laps at Michigan before another early exit. Then at Indy, light contact with teammate Ross Chastain bent the right front suspension and ended his day again. Zilisch explained it himself, and his answer is blunt. The thing that people don't realize in Xfinity racing is if you're with Gibbs, JRM, Haas, like if you're with those 3 teams, you're going to run top 12, and if you don't, then you're not going to make it very long. In plain words, that series has 3 great teams. Cup has a full field of great drivers. The drivers are all very good. Everybody fights for every spot, whether it's for the lead or for 25th every lap, he said. He also pointed straight at the car. The cars are just way different, and it's very difficult no matter what series to overcome a car that struggles. But especially when the drivers are so good, it really makes it hard too. He put the same idea another way earlier this week. You don't see guys like Denny run outside the top 12 or Reddick or people who have been really good this year. Those guys are always inside the top 10 running well. But when you go from 5th on back, it's just anybody can run well on any given week, and they don't. And he is right. Hamlin has 4 wins this year. Reddick has 5. Behind them, the middle of the field is a coin flip. NASCAR just handed him something that might help. More practice time for the rest of the season. Getting to make changes in practice and get 2 sets of tires and be able to run more laps and have more time on track is certainly helpful for me, Zilisch said. And he thinks it helps teams like his the most. It's definitely going to help the other teams more than it will the big 3. His boss is not panicking. Justin Marks spoke about him on SiriusXM this week. He's probably coveted by everybody, Marks said. He's a very talented driver. He's a very smart young man. He has a big career in front of him. And for us, we are committed to Connor. And Connor is committed to us through the end of 2027. Zilisch still believes in the direction too. We've struggled a little bit this year as a team, but we're making progress and we're better than when we started the year. But the math is brutal. Heading into Iowa this weekend, he sits more than 300 points outside the playoff cut. A driver can only gain 75 points in one race, so Sunday at Iowa is very likely the day he is officially done for the season. That is the strange part of all this. The kid everybody called the next big thing is sitting behind a microphone joking about boxing matches while his own rookie year burns down around him. And he still gave the sharpest read of the entire show. Not about himself, about Hocevar. The garage is picking sides. Zilisch just told you which side is filling up.